Dear friends, during our first lecture, we have seen general idea regarding soap, process of saponification and its history. So in this second lecture, we are going to see some more details, and these include raw materials and related information. So raw materials which are used, these are to be considered very positively, because the industrial process, industrial applications and its commercial use depends upon the raw material, its availability, its cost. In the second part, we are going to see something regarding types of soaps. In the introductory lecture, we have seen that soaps are alkali salts of higher fatty acids. In other words, fatty acids or oils or fats, they undergo reactions, chemical reactions. Fatty acids are neutralized, oils or fats are saponified to get soap molecule. So this reaction again is a general reaction. RCOOH, which is fatty acid, it undergoes reaction with alkali, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, or something different which is suitable. The reaction is neutralization reaction, and we get a product RCOOM, that is RCONA or RCOK plus H2O. This is a reaction whereby we get soap from fatty acid. So one of the raw materials is fatty acid, other component is alkali, which is sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide. The other process in which a triglyceride, chemically a triglyceride, which is oil or fat, undergoes similar process, but the process is called as saponification. The process of getting soap from oils or fats is called as saponification. And during saponification, the triglyceride, triester of glycerol, undergoes reaction with alkali, suitable alkali, and we get a soap molecule and byproduct which is glycerol. So this reaction is saponification. Earlier reaction was just neutralization. So in the second reaction, your raw material is oil or fat, again alkali is required. The particular reaction is saponification because we get soap. So let us consider the raw materials. The raw materials prominently used for soap manufacturing are fats or oils and alkaline material. The slide shows you pictures about fats or oils, and other two pictures are alkaline materials. First is sodium hydroxide, other is potassium hydroxide. So fat or oil, fatty acid and alkaline materials are the important raw materials in the process of soap manufacturing. So let us see what are fats. Fats or oils are chemically triglycerides. That is, these are triesters of glycerol. Chemically, these are of two types: homotriglycerides or heterotriglycerides. In homotriglycerides, same R group is there, and in heterotriglycerides the R groups are different, means fatty acid portions are different. In homotriglycerides the fatty acid portion is same. Fats contain high percentage of high melting saturated fatty acids. Fats contain high percentage of high melting saturated fatty acids. These are either solids or semi-solids. Commonly we see various fatty materials in our day-to-day life. So fats or oils are the first important source. There are various types of fats. First type is tallow. The source of tallow is cattle. It contains mixed triglyceride, contains olein 40%, which is C18 unsaturated component, and stearine, which is 60% saturated component containing 18 carbons. The soap obtained from tallow is hard soap. Therefore, it is mixed with coconut oil to increase the solubility and softness. So the major feature of this is tallow is a raw material which is useful for getting hard soap. The hard soap can be modified by using second component along with it, which is coconut oil, to increase the solubility and softness. Second kind of fatty material is grease, which is obtained from hogs and smaller domestic animals. These are second important source of glycerides of fatty acids. This is again a mixed compound, and it contains olein 60% and stearin 40%. Just reverse of the earlier one. In earlier case it was 40% and 60%. In this case it is 60% and 40%. The soap obtained is soft. So it is obvious that the combination of the triglyceride, the components of the triglyceride, make the property either hard or soft. So earlier soap was which we saw was a hard soap. In this case it is a soft soap. Then the second source after fats is oil. There are various oils used for soap manufacturing. Oils are physically liquid at room temperature. The physical form is liquid. The physical form of fats is solid or semi-solid. The coconut oil is common one in soap manufacturing. Coconut oil contains lauric acid C12 and myristic acid C14. This coconut oil is used for soap manufacturing by cold process, and it is again widely used for marine soaps. So marine soaps are those which can be used in hard water also. Okay. Next is palm oil. Palm oil contains palmitoin, a C16 saturated component of hydrocarbon, and olein, a C18 unsaturated component. This oil is particularly useful for toilet soaps. The pictures on the slides indicate these various varieties. There is one more oil which is called as castor oil, which contains hydroxy unsaturated acid, which is called as ricinoleic acid. This is useful for preparing transparent soaps. Linseed oil is another oil which contains linoleic acid. The source is linseed, and this linoleic acid is again useful for soap manufacturing. Other oils which are commonly used are cottonseed oil, which lathers freely. Groundnut oil contains unsaturated acids, therefore it has to be saturated before saponification. And the last oil which is most cheapest or which is cheapest is maize oil. So these oils are as per their availability used in the manufacturing process. So as I mentioned, hard soaps and soft soaps are observed. These are obtained by particular components of the oil or fat, and these can be modified. The oil, fat or fatty acid are to be converted into soap, and the second important raw material required is alkaline material. So as per the definition, soaps are the alkali salts of higher fatty acids or alkali salts of obtained from triglycerides. So the triglycerides or fatty acids are to be converted into corresponding salts, and for that the process requires alkaline materials. There are two types. One is saponifying alkalis. Saponifying alkalis are used for soap manufacturing from oils or fats. These are comparatively chemically strong, and the common alkaline material or saponifying alkalis are sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide. There is other category of alkaline material which is called as non-saponifying alkali. These non-saponifying alkalis are sodium carbonate, ammonium hydroxide, ethanolamine, etc. Okay. So these non-saponifying alkalis are used for getting soap from fatty acid. That means these neutralize the fatty acid very easily, and non-saponifying alkalis are that way can be handled very easily. So ethanolamine, again there are three types: monoethanolamine, di and tri. So these are alkaline materials. After the process of saponification, the soap is to be separated by a process which is called as salting out. We are going to see its details in the process of manufacturing. So common salt is used for salting out process. Common salt is sodium chloride. So sodium chloride is essential for salting out process. Apart from these three, that is oil, fat or fatty acid, then alkaline material and common salt, the soap industry utilizes several additives. These additives are that way important to make the soap that way economical, again more effective, and consumer can be satisfied with these properties. So first is rosin. Rosin is obtained from pine trees. It contains abatic acid. Rosins play an important role in lathering process. Lathering is essential in case of soaps. So soaps are colored, but the foam is not colored. The foam is because of the lathering process. So lathering is improved by using rosins. Rosins are obtained from pine trees. That is a plant product. Next is antioxidant. The life of the soap has to be retained properly, and therefore to avoid rancidity and decomposition, antioxidants are added in the soap. The commonly used antioxidants are EDTA, sodium thiosulfate, sodium hyposulfite. So these are commonly used antioxidants. There are fillers, talc, chalk, clay, magnesium carbonate. These increase the weight of the soap, and these are called as fillers. Perfumes are added to suppress unwanted smell of ingredients and to impart pleasant smell. Because the raw materials and various components, they are having their own odors. These odors are unwanted, and therefore to suppress these unwanted odors and to impart pleasant odor, pleasant smell, perfumes are added. Sandalwood oil, rose oil, lavender oil and other oils or other compounds or esters are used to impart perfumes. There are fixatives. They fix the perfume to the soap for a longer time. So gum and benzoin are the fixatives. There are coloring pigments. These are used to attract the customer. There are optical brighteners. Optical brighteners are fluorescent compounds which absorb ultraviolet radiations and emit visible radiations, and therefore the soap becomes bright. There are builders. Builders are inorganic chemicals added to the soap to increase the detergency. Detergency is the cleansing action. So in this way the builders improve the cleansing action, and therefore these are important. In particular, tetrasodium pyrophosphate and sodium tripolyphosphate are commonly effective soap builders. After these various raw materials, actually we have seen major raw materials are oils, fats and fatty acids. For their conversion into soap we need alkaline materials. Alkaline materials are saponifying alkalis and non-saponifying alkalis. Saponifying alkalis are sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, etc. That is hydroxides, strong hydroxides which hydrolyze the triglyceride into soaps. And non-saponifying alkaline materials, they convert your fatty acid component into soap. So with these few informative points, we have completed the part of raw materials. Then various types of soaps we use in practice. So these include toilet soap, laundry soap, medicated soap, marine soap, shaving soap, etc. So various industrial soaps are also there. As per their requirement, as per their application, the raw material is chosen. As per their application, their process and production phenomenon is modified, and these various additives are used for increasing their efficiencies. So the nature of the soap governs, or requirement of the soap governs the process, and with various additives various types of soaps are manufactured, and overall the process is effectively monitored. In brief, I will repeat again, the important raw materials are oil, fat or fatty acid, number 1. Number 2, for saponification and neutralization we require alkaline material. For salting out process we need sodium chloride, and for improving the properties, appearance, fragrance, we need various additives. So you can go through these and you can have a note on these raw materials and types of soaps which can be used for your further discussion in the examination and during your interviews. So with this we will stop with this article, and the assignment for this unit is write a note on raw materials required for soap manufacturing, and there is another note, write a note on types of soaps. So with this we will stop here and we will be back during next lecture next week. Thank you.